Oh, hey, how's it going? You know, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and I thought that we would take things a little nice and slow by going over a little date, just you and me. Nah, I'm just kidding. This is coffee. I have to go to work. I'm not gonna sit around and watch movies and do nothing. But if you are, or if you have a loved one that you're going to hang around and actually watch movies with, you probably want some streaming suggestions instead of just keeping on going, clicking for no apparent reason. Seriously, this is coffee and I have to go to work soon. So I don't know if Carrie, my district manager, watches these videos, but I might be a little late. Let's get started, shall we? And let us begin with HBO Max. And we're going to go with the comedy section. Comedic movies that I find pretty funny that are pretty good to watch on HBO Max on Valentine's Day are as follows. 40 Days and 40 Nights with Josh Hartnett. Whatever happened to Josh Hartnett? Come back, Josh Hartnett. America's Sweethearts. Hilarious movie. Watch it. Crazy Rich Asians. Watch it. Date movie. I hate the spoof movies after the Wayne Brothers films. The Wayne Brothers scary movies, they're for the most part really, really bad, but Date movie was still pretty good. 5-Year Engagement with Jason Segel, and Emmy Rossum. Not Emmy Rossum. Emily Watson. Emmy Rossum? No, Emmy Rossum's the John Krasinski's wife. That one. That one's pretty funny. Jason Segel helped write it as well. Heartbreakers is a classic Jennifer Love Hewitt film that's very hilarious. It's even got Jason Lee as the love interest, which kind of weird. They were really banking on Jason Lee back in the day, but then My Name is Earl happened, and then it got canceled for some reason. But Heartbreakers is a classic, if I do say so myself. High Fidelity is one of my favorite movies. Watch that if you are going through an existential crisis where you want to think about all of your past loved ones, and it's really, really good. It's good. It's a good Henry V talking to the camera type of thing. That's Henry V, right? I should know this. Lars and the Real Girl. More weird Ryan Gosling shit, except it's more comedy than anything, but it is pretty sad. But it is comedic, and it's strange. Take a look. My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Classic. I Think I Love My Wife. I Think I Love My Wife? That is Chris Rock. He directed and wrote it, and stars in it. It's actually very, very good. Kerry Washington is, oh yeah. I forgot to add her to my list a while ago, too, so sorry about that, Kerry. Anyways, I Think I Love My Wife. Really, really good. Very funny. Good. A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Martin Lawrence actually wrote and directed and starred in this film as well. I loved this movie when I was a kid. First time I saw it, I thought it was one of the best movies ever made. I haven't watched it since then. It's probably not as great now, but in any case, it was good enough for me to remember, so check that one out. Witches of Eastwick is a great Jack Nicholson film. And You've Got Mail is a classic Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks story. Moving on to the section of sexy in HBO Max. Ooh. 9.5 Weeks. Kim Basinger looking very, very hot with a less beat the fuck up Mickey Rourke. Dirty Dancing. Y'all know what Dirty Dancing is. And Unfaithful with extremely hot Diane Lane. She's super hot in that. But that one's actually a good movie. Artsy. Blue Valentine, another weird Ryan Gosling movie, but it's got a very, very fine Michelle Williams. And it's very long, and it's one of those movies that kind of doesn't have a script. They kind of just move with the moment. And it's actually really good, but like I said, it's artsy. Another artsy one is The Graduate. It's a classic Dustin Hoffman movie. It's got one of the best endings ever made. If you're a filmmaker, check it out. If you haven't already, you probably have. Little Children. Another artsy film with Kate Winslet and Patrick Wilson. It's actually very, very good. It's a lot less weird and artsy, but it's, it's like an Academy Award, like, this is one of the best films ever made type of films. So maybe you should check it out too. It's actually very good. It's about an affair. Phantom Thread. That's another artsy film with Daniel Day-Lewis and a woman, I don't remember her name, but it's another one that's got a really good ending. It's dope. I really, really enjoyed that film. Not many people like it. You might find it boring, but yeah, it's pretty good. And The Photograph, Lakeith Stanfield and Issa Rae. It's artsy because I'd say it's an artsy film, but it was very, very good. It reminded me of Love Jones, which we'll get to very soon, but it's a lot less like Love Jones as the film progresses, and it's more of its own thing. But it's pretty good, so check that out as well. The argumentative dialogue category for HBO Max. Chasing Amy, one of my favorite films. If you like Kevin Smith, you'll like this. It's probably my favorite Kevin Smith film. Gone with the Wind, I don't know why. It's because I like the characters of them. I should remember their names, but Scarlett and whatever. I will never watch this movie again because I've seen it so many times and I've fallen asleep to it so many times. But overall, it is a classic, so you might want to check it out. The Last Kiss, Zach Braff film. It's actually really, really good. I think Paul Haggis directed it. But there is the last third of the film. There's a really good argumentative dialogue. Love and Basketball. It's just got good dialogue, period, and it's a good romance film. I think it's Sanaa Lathan. I'm probably saying it wrong. But either way, she's in it as well. Along with Omar Epps. Remember Omar Epps? I remember Omar Epps. Love Jones. Great movie. Lorenz Tate. Nia Long. Used to be number one. I'm sorry, Nia, but Salma Hayek. You still fine, though, Nia. But anyways, yeah, Love Jones. Great film. Great film. Great romance. Revolutionary Road with Leo and Kate Winslet reunited since Titanic. It's not as good as Titanic. Sam Mendes film. It's a good argumentative dialogue film. It's not a feel-good picture, but it's pretty good. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Based on the play, and it's a classic. But it's old. You might not like it, unless you like old things. But if you like things that are like plays, it's got two couples in it. Takes place in one night. Everybody gets drunk. It's really, really good. Sci-fi for the HBO Max category. Don't worry, we're almost done with HBO Max. Curious Case of Benjamin Button with Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett, who I never was really attracted to until I saw Thor Ragnarok. Now, everything I see her in, I'm like, wow, I am oddly attracted to you. So, in Curious Case of Benjamin Button is really, really good. It is very, very long, but it's very, very good. Defending Your Life is probably my favorite movie that takes place after you die. It's got Albert Brooks, who wrote and directed it as well, and Meryl Streep. Very, very good film. Check it out. And the others for HBO Max, we have Love Life, which is I think it's going to be an anthology series, but the first season is Anna Kendrick. It's very good. Mostly funny, but it's very well made. The Notebook. It's The Notebook. I got a lot of Ryan Gosling shit in my shit. And Queen and Slim. I didn't know what category to put Queen and Slim, but it is fucking good. I had pretty high expectations, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. It's about a first date gone wrong. Or maybe right. Mostly wrong. It's great. Fantastic. Check it out. And another series called Run. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I don't think she wrote any of it, but writers from Killing Eve work on it, and it's actually very good. It's got Domhnall Gleeson in it. Damhal, whatever. It's pretty good though. By the way, Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Donald Glover are being Mr. and Mrs. Smith in a 2022 film. Very excited. All right, moving on to Netflix. Sci-fi. About Time. Speaking of bitch. Speaking of Domhnall Gleeson. You're not a bitch, Domhnall. I don't know how to pronounce your damn name. And Rachel McAdams in About Time. It's pretty good. It's about time travel. It's a romance, rom-com, feel good, pretty good. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. One of my favorite films. Super weird to drink coffee out of a wine glass. Or to down coffee. I shouldn't have done that either. All right, moving on to comedy for Netflix. Always Be My Maybe. I've never seen it, but a couple people have been told me to watch it lately, so I'm telling you to watch it. The Heartbreak Kid. Ben Stiller, Malin Ackerman. Check it out. 50 First Dates. Really good Adam Sandler movie. If you don't like Adam Sandler, you can try it with this because it's actually pretty good. It's silly as hell. The ending is kind of ridiculous, but I like that movie. Incredible Jessica James. I loved this movie. Check it out. It's small. Not small as in short, but it's like a small film. Hard to explain, but check it out. I like it a lot. Michael Bolton's Big Sexy Valentine's Day Special. I won't say anything about this except for watch it. Can't Hardly Wait is was my favorite like party movie when I was younger. It's very 90s. I loved that movie. Win It All is a Jake Johnson film. He co-wrote it as well. The film itself is awesome. I wouldn't necessarily call it a romance, but I included it into this because the romance between him and the lead female character is actually very, very good. And Happy Anniversary with Ben Schwartz. Watch it. Moving on to tearjerker section. A Walk to Remember. That's it. Moving on to artsy section in Netflix. Loving. Check it out. It's mostly about race, but the romance in it's very good. It's true love. Blue Jay. It's a Mark Duplass film with Sarah Paulson. That's her name. Sarah Paulson. Her name was Sarah Paulson. What movie is that from? Comment below. All right, except that they didn't say Sarah. They said Robert. Never doing coffee while I'm doing this again. All right, and the last artsy film for Netflix is Moonlight. Very, very good film. It's just really, really good. It's sad though, but it's got a happy-ish ending. And after that, I didn't know where to put these, but Bonnie and Clyde and Malcolm and Marie. If you didn't watch Malcolm and Marie yet, watch it. Amazon Prime, just watched Sylvie's Love. It's fairly new. It was very, very good, but it was one of the corniest scripts and like bare, not that special scripts ever. But it's one of the, I know this ain't a manly word, but it was a very, very pretty film. Like I enjoyed watching it. The music, Tessa Thompson's acting so great. And it's, yeah. It was actually very, very enjoyable. I enjoyed it a lot. Intolerable Cruelty. Coen brothers romance with Catherine Zeta-Jones and George Clooney. It's very silly. It's very funny. Speaking of Donald Glover, Guava Island. It's okay. If you're a big Donald Glover fan, you should watch it, but it's okay. It's a good background movie. Just Right with Queen Latifah. I mentioned that last week. What Men Want with Taraji P. Henson. A little spin on the Mel Gibson film. Ghost. It's a ghost. You know Ghost. How I Met Your Mother. Great show to watch. Except I hate Ted Mosby. The Big Sick, based off a true story, starring Kamal Nanjiani. Moving on. Grosse Point Blank, another John Cusack film. It is about a hitman in love. It takes place in Michigan. African Queen, old movie with Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn. It's actually very good, though. The Mexican, it's got Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt. I love this movie, and the late James Gandolfini. But them two are hardly together in it, and that's kind of annoying. Disney Plus! WandaVision is a pretty good romance to watch. And that's not it. Aladdin, and Lady and the Tramp, and Princess and the Frog. That's it. And finally, on to Hulu. I'm going to read these off fast because I really got to leave. Me, Myself, and Irene, great comedy to watch. 51st Dates is on there as well. Plus One is dope. If you like, what's that show called where they play 15-year-olds? Penis. Pen 15. The girl from it, the Asian girl from it, should probably remember her name instead of saying the Asian one. But she's great in it. In fact, she's freaking hilarious in this. And it's got Dennis Quaid's son and Meg Ryan's son in it from Huey from The Boys. He's in it too. It's really good. Plus One on Hulu. Check it out. Portrait of a Lady on Fire is an artsy film. One of the most beautiful films I've ever seen. It's French, I believe. It's really, really good. West Side Story. It's a musical. If you haven't heard of it and you like musicals, you should probably watch it. Date Night. Tina Fey and Steve Carell. It should have been a little better, but it's decent. My Best Friend's Girl. My favorite Dane Cook film. Kate Hudson's in it. Kate Hudson's kind of hot in it. Yeah. She's not one of the loves of my life, but she's really hot in this movie. But it's a good movie, too. It's funny. And they do this thing where it's like, name one thing I did wrong. I'll name 10. And they do that montage a couple times, and it's actually really good filmmaking. Happiest Season. Corny as balls, more of a Christmas movie, but it is a pretty good romance. If Beale Street Could Talk, beautiful film. Beautiful film. Little tiny bit boring, but it's very, very good. Check that out. Destination Wedding is a pretty good dialogue film with Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder. It's very wordy, but it's pretty good. Young Adult with Charlize Theron. Check that out. Friends with Kids. It's dope. It's funny. That's it. Girls Point Blank is on here again. Heathers, weird movie with Christian Slater, old. It's pretty funny. Let the Right One In. Let the Right One In. Interesting romance to add to it. It's about a vampire kid and a human kid that fall in love. It's weird. It's really good, though. It's a good vampire movie. Probably not a good romance, but I added it in there. Princess Bride. I don't like this movie. I like it a little bit. I just thought it was super, super overrated. And I never know if I'm pronouncing it right. Is it the Princess Bride or the Princess Bride? I don't know. I don't care as much as everyone else, but I added it to this list so you know that it's on Hulu, and I'm sure you're going to watch it because everybody loves that movie. Shape of Water, another weird romance with the porn fish movie. There's no porn in it, but a girl fucks a fish in it. It's really good, though. Academy Award winner. It's really, really good. Guillermo del Toro. And Palm Springs, which is the Andy Samberg. Ooh, I almost gave a spoiler about How I Met Your Mother. But Kristen Melody. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but it is. It's got the Groundhog's Day storyline with Andy Samberg and that girl. It's actually very funny. I'd check it out if I were you. And other miscellaneous films on Hulu are The Good Night. Oh, wait, these aren't on Hulu. I couldn't figure out where these were, but these are other films that are really good romances. The Good Night is about Martin Freeman having an affair with Penelope Cruz in his dreams. And he learns to control his dreams so he can continue the affair like a regular relationship. It is so good. Check it out. And plus, it'll get you into lucid dreaming. Arthur, the original one, very, very good. Check it out. The Perfect Sense is the scariest movie I've ever seen. It's classified as a romance, but it's called The Perfect Sense. It's with Eva Green and Ewan McGregor. Check it out. And Booty Call. One of the best romance movies ever. If not my favorite romance movie, to be honest. I was between that or High Fidelity, but Booty Call, man. I love Booty Call. Booty calls aren't bad either. Happy Valentine's Day to all, and to all wear a condom.